I can feed my family for under $200 a week. Hey, I'm Kelly, the Frugal Fun Mum, living in a neuro-spicy household, and I share real life frugality and how you can save money on your grocery bills. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the planning that I do for the Coles 4-week spends that's coming up, and how we're able to shop and keep our bill under $200. Some of the tips and tricks that go into that as well. And this is what our fridge is looking like right now. Pretty empty, which is really good. We have still one cheesecake thing and all the other butters for risotto. They will take forever to go through. This dribble of the Not It iced coffee, condensed milk. I need to make some cookies, aioli, Caesar dressing, the UHT milk, Lifesaver, oat milk, chili sauce, passata, apple juice. We drank the apple and black currant, but this one didn't get drunk. Up here, cheese. Just used the ham, bit of sliced cheese, some beetroot from Burger Night, and an extremely messy, I think the container fell over. We'll fix that. A cheesecake with my son's leftover meat. Cheesecake is my son's, some leftover meat that I'll cook. Leftover pizza, all the cheeses, block cheese, whole cheese, our cheese drawer, eggs, spinach, broccoli and cauliflower from last week still live in there. I need to make pizza with that, yogurt from last week, and some pies and pasties from my friend's bakery run. I'll have to throw those in the freezer. Some carrots, and empty. So we have a pretty good base to start everything with. It's been 1 month since we set up our pantry restock to cover us, and I thought I'd have a look today to have a look at what's left and talk through the things that are here and set us up for the next grocery haul. Still have 3 of these oat milks and 3 UHT. We used 1 when we ran out of fresh milk, so eventually we'll get 1 more to replace that. All of these will move forward and the other UHT will go there. We have 2 hot chocolates here, so we obviously used 2, which is less than what I had planned, which is really good. We've only got 1 oat milk, so that's pretty good as well. I planned 1 per week, and we've only just opened the other one, so really we went through 2, which is good. I still have 2 packets of the 2-minute noodles. 1 is just down below because I was rearranging, but I've put all the pasta into the containers here just to see. This is just some excess overflow that it didn't fit in the drawer. Our snack cupboard, we still have some chips. We've had these Costco chips that I got a while ago, so they were just included in, we already have them, so if they get eaten, they get eaten. And there's some little Oreo. I got them on clearance for like $2.50. Snack things I don't really include in a month-to-month thing. It's just that if I happen to get them, I do, and especially if I get them on markdown. Our biscuits are looking pretty empty. I actually haven't baked the second lot of biscuits. I'll get around to doing it, but the first lot went really quickly. I did buy though a couple of packets of the Scotch finger biscuits. Some weeks we go through biscuits and other weeks we just do not. 2 packets of muesli bars. We started with 8, so obviously we haven't gone through them. We have had a couple of public holidays, so that means no work day, and sometimes if people are peckish, at least hubby, he doesn't always grab a muesli bar, he'll probably grab chips. And when I do open the muesli bar, I sometimes put them in here. I have these little biscuit things that a friend gave to me. I just crush them up and use them with yogurt like a granola. Our crackers, we've still got 1 packet there that needs to get opened and put into here, and then just some biscuits, popcorn, some ice cream cones that are left over. This is our breakfast area. My son has been snacking on Nutrigrain, which is fun. Wheat Bix is still there. Granola is nearly empty. I will attempt to make some myself when I figure out what I'm doing. Once I finish using those, it's just me that eats it. We've got one apple juice left, so we go through the apple and blackcurrant a lot quicker. We've still got the 2 peaches here. Our butter is living here now, and all of our spreads. That's just one of the come and go things that we have. And then down here we've got 2-minute noodles. Haven't really gone through as many of those as what we normally would. This is exactly the same, baked beans and some cans of corn, just as one of those emergency additional stockpile things. We've got lasagna sheets. It's pretty much stayed the same. This is hubby's spicy noodles. He has had a couple of packets over the past month. I allocate 1 packet per weekend, but he hasn't always gone through them. We've been eating a lot of toast and sandwiches and cheese toasted sandwiches and things as well. This is our spices, sauces drawer, etc. The kind of comes and goes. And some taco seasoning a friend gave me, and some fettuccine. I'm the only one that really likes fettuccine. We've got a tomato sauce, a barbecue or another tomato sauce, and an oil. And I have just, oh, there's a vinegar up the back. And I have just emptied the last oil that was about that much into our current container. So as soon as we open that oil at the back, I'll write a date on it to see how long we go through. We've used a couple of tins of tomatoes, so the other sauce could come down here, and one of the chicken things and the teriyaki thing that's come out. We've still got 1 pineapple, 1 tuna, 1 beetroot. I think those champignons are going to come out. I'm not going to eat them, and it's best to donate them to someone who will. I've still got 3 passatas left. We've got our risotto. Need to fill that up. 1 onion. This is the rice that is full, and I filled that up at the start, and I've just refilled it with the leftover Audi rice that I had from a challenge. So technically we've used about 1.5 kilos, I think, in a month. I've done some fried rice and things like that too. Gravy's at the back, and of course we're out of potatoes. So I'm pretty happy for 1 month that we've gone quite well. Of course our meals are dependent on life and also what's in the freezer. So Monday evening I sat down and had a look at the online catalogue, and I wrote down what the half price specials were this week to see if I'm going to get in before Wednesday, if I'm going to get these things or not. These are the other things that I need to be constantly on the lookout to see if the specials are coming on. And then these are the following weeks, so then I can work out if I'm going to do half a shop in this week while it's still last week's catalogue and then move to the next one. We shall see where we're going to be at, but that's kind of how I plan. And then also I still have, because you know this is my book, I have week after week of notes with where I'm shopping, how long it takes us to get through, previous things we've done, previous menu plans, ideas, restocks I need, food we eat per week, previous shops I've done with totals. And we also have our base here, which is the things that I try and buy every single week. So I know it will cost me $63.40 if I get the things that we go through every single week. And as I've mentioned before, I always buy 2 of a lot of things, because it takes us 1 to 2 packets to get through a week. We always have something left over, but at least then it can be an additional thing the following week. So then when the Coles 4-week spends finish, we will still have all these leftovers to get us through at least 2 to 3 weeks, because the gaps between the Coles 4-week spends are only about 1 or 2 weeks now, compared with them being 3 to 4 weeks apart. So it's Thursday and just about to taking mum into food shopping, and I tend not to buy today, but I spend today looking at all the shelves, taking some photos of things and just collaborating a little bit of an idea in my head. I've got my book with me so I can write down any notes, and we'll see what we find. Ooh, it's a good price for lettuce, but we already have some. I always have a look in the meat section because you never know if you see something that could maybe trigger a spend, or something just too good to leave on its own. Like, that's pretty good. Lamb shoulder, it's 900 grams, 15.12, and it's marinated. We don't need it, but that could be an idea. I'm waiting for the noodles to go on special. They go for $5.95 because looking down here, they have the cups, but this is all they have now. They don't have the spicy ones. And then the bigger cups as well. Again, just in the mild, not the spicy. But hubby said he can eat these ones at work. He doesn't necessarily need the cup anymore. I do though sometimes look if the cups are like this on special, I might get them. Save your money on your dog food, mum. I help my mum pack her groceries and we have this banter. How are you today? Are you well? Oh, that's good. Anyway, a couple of days later, I make it to the shops and first thing I need is potatoes because we are out and it's not good. All the potatoes are so small. It's frustrating. I feel like I've done the best that I can. I had a look at this free fruit for kids. I wish it was free fruit for anyone. I really could do with a banana right now. Anyway. This is now a food that my eldest says is not it. So we've got one less food on our safe list. Had a look at the 2-minute noodles. I like them when they're $2.50, so I'll pass for this week. Checking the price of the oat milk, it's everyday price. I like it when it's $3.70. And having a look at the frozen broccoli and cauliflower to see what the unit price is, to see whether it's better to buy frozen or to buy fresh. Usually fresh is cheaper, but sometimes frozen is cheaper to buy per kilo. They come in the 500 gram bags, and I'm always looking at the brand names too to see what's cheaper. Grocery haul, I'll put the total on the screen, but I've also written it out for you so you'll be able to screenshot in a minute what it all looks like. Starting over here, I have cocoa. This has to go into the baking cupboard for a stockpile. Probably won't need it for another month or so, but while it was in my memory, I thought let's pick it up because I could fit it within the budget. Cauliflower, this is a weekly requirement. 2 packets of muesli bars, another weekly requirement. 2 lots of hot chocolates. I had it in the budget, and this is the only place that we can buy it from. So when I was there, I definitely grabbed 2. I got a coffee. It was on sale for $22. We probably won't need it for at least 1 more week, but at least it's there ready to go. Apple and blackcurrant juice and a regular apple juice. That's pretty standard for our house. And a packet of LCMs. They were half price, so that's when I'm happy to purchase them as a snack for people to have. Broccoli, this is just over 1 kilo. The stalks were pretty small, so I just grabbed 3. Vegemite, we needed to actually buy more. I don't have a backup. This one will last us a while. In saying that, the last one I thought would last a while, and towards the end we used it up pretty quick. Yogurt just for some snack things during the week. Fresh milk, and it's a Farmers Union iced coffee or it's nothing. Cream, I grabbed this because it was marked down. I do have some in the freezer I could have grabbed, but when it's fresh like this, it's worth it, and it's marked down, so it saves me even more. It was on sale this week anyway for $3.75, so it says I've saved money, but this is usually about $4.80, so I really have saved. White bread, multigrain bread, I just buy the sliced bread. Even though we get bread from Baker's Delight sometimes, we might eat that on the weekend and then we go to this because it's just easier for lunches in the morning. Potatoes, we are completely out. We need them. I make all my own chips. The only time I get frozen chips if I'm not going to be here, and it's safety net for people to have. Packet of Scotch finger biscuits, I will make my own. I have some English ham that's here. I have a butter, needs to go in the butter dish, and this butter is representing the 2 kilo packet of mincemeat that's in the freezer. So just remember that, it's there for a visual reminder. These 2 things are from Foodland. I got some mushrooms. I know they're looking a bit worse for wear, but they're going to go into the plant-based mincemeat that my eldest likes. And a lettuce, again, marked down. A lettuce at Coles was only $2.50 this week. If I get to Coles before the next catalogue, I might pick one up. Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are life. They're amazing. My son doesn't care if they're these or dino nuggets. Chicken nuggets. And I did pick up a plant-based schnitzel because we eat at least one of these a week. And I can't remember how many's in the freezer because I haven't done the inventory yet. But this is just one of those things I'm going to keep picking up every single week. And the Coles that I went to, they didn't have the mincemeat. I have mince in the freezer. So for the next shop, I think I'll have to go to a different Coles because I want to keep buying these every single week. That's how we stay on top of our stockpile. And our wraps. So we have 2 of the mini ones and then 1 packet of the soft large. The minis are for snacks and also a little lunch wrap, and the large one we use for tacos when we do it during the week. So here is everything that I have here. I just wrote it out again to make logical sense. So we spent $177.53 and then you got to add in the mushrooms and the lettuce, and we still have space if there's anything we pick up during the week, especially if I can find some markdown chocolate. That's when I'll buy. Maybe extra milk or chips or anything as a markdown that we can pick up during the week. So this is also how I keep my grocery bill. I shop my stash. So we're going to head into the freezer first, which we all know is a hot mess, but you know what? We know generally what's in here. So I'm going to grab some frozen mince meat. Also had to dig around in here. We've got some frozen dim sims. I buy these from Foodland and I can only ever get them from like 2 Foodland, so I have to remember to go. And then down the bottom, we're pulling out some meat. We've got some beef strip pieces, which I'll show later. I just cut it out because I was trying to cut down the time, and yeah, I'm forever moving bits and pieces around that have fallen out. Also, we found some chicken in here, so we're going to use that. And I spend a little bit of time looking at packets of stuff going, what is that? So I thought I'd share because it's probably not just you. It's me not knowing what I've labelled. So we've got half a bag of full. So we'll now head into the pantry and find a couple of things. We need some diced tomatoes, and we'll get out a couple of sauces for the chicken dishes. Oh, this is for the beef and black bean sauce. I can make my own, so I'm just using up the Canton that we have for now. And then once we use that, we'll make our own. And we're going to grab out some pineapple because I'll do some pizzas with the dough that we've got in the fridge. And then also checked back in here into the little sauce container thing we have. I've got a packet of this mingle seasoning and I'll do a curry. A friend of mine gave that to me, so finally getting around to using it. I've never used it before. Read the instructions on the back of the packet and it said we need a coconut cream, and I have that, which is good. Probably need to make a mental note to get some more. Don't really stock it all that often. And also got some beetroot because we'll have burgers on Saturday night as well. So I feel like I am all covered. So what I'm doing now is just pulling out the everyday things like the iced coffee, the milk, the juices, put those in the fridge, put away any of the snacks, the pantry stuff with the Vegemite that we got, drinking chocolate, cocoa powder, coffee, etc., etc. All the things that are either a pantry staple or a snacky thing. And I'm going to set up a base for our meals for the week. So I've got our bag of stuff that we've got from our freezer and the cupboard, and I'm putting everything here. So then I can work out a base of what we have for our meals during the week, and to show you how much it costs and what we eat and how that all goes, which I will have also coming up in the next video, because I want to walk you through the process of how we've got a bit of a base. I'm a visual learner, so putting everything out here like this helps me visually. I can do a meal plan on paper. I tend not to always stick to it though. I will though if I'm trying to teach and educate. I, however, like to visually go, oh, I know we're having spaghetti bolognese. I need mince and I need spaghetti and a tin of thing. And then that's it. So it did take me a little bit to get everything ready, and I cut out all the parts where I kept tapping on packets of stuff going, this would need this and this and this, just because I was trying to rote learn it into my head to make sure. So I've put everything out here on the bench that you can see, and I'll go into it in more detail in the next video, talking about what we have and why. And coming up, I also have my own receipt that I've created to show you what the cost of everything is here, to show you how much it's going to cost us just to eat these meals. And it's also not going to be sort of just for this week type thing. We're going to have other things rolling over. I haven't pulled out at this point in time the burger pieces for burger night because they need to stay frozen. I cook them from frozen on a Saturday night. So when we eventually get around to doing burger night, you will see those come out. So let's have a look at what we have here and what the totals are. So this is the receipt that I have written up for the food that you saw on the bench just for our meals. The total of everything on that bench is $105.18 because some things I got for free, but I have calculated what things originally did cost me. I have no idea why I have $161.68 here. Maybe that includes the bread and the milk, but I haven't included some of the pantry staples like the coffee and stuff like that. And that's what I wanted to show you, that even though we went grocery shopping and we spent $177.53, we've got some items that are for the pantry as well, but our meals are only costing us $105 for the week. So I wanted to share with you, that's how I'm able to feed my family for cheap. So we've got the wraps and the mince for the tacos, cream, potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, zucchini, plant-based foods, stir fry. I got this on clearance from Woolworths for $2.38. The dim sims, that's what I paid for them. The carrots and the eggs, again, that's what I paid for them. Stir fry meat, I pulled out $8.45. Coconut cream, canton, tomatoes, beetroot, pineapple. The chicken price tag is $9.87. Lettuce and mushrooms marked down from Foodland again, and a packet of chicken nuggets for $11. So you can see how I'm able to feed my family quite well and also quite cheaply. So we've still stayed under the $200 because to add this up, what I think this 161 is, I've added back in the milk and the bread and things like that. So showing you that I've already paid for these things. I'm just rotating them back in for our meals, but we have other things for the pantry that will last us over the next couple of weeks. So when we end up with the Coles 4-week spend finishing, we'll have weeks there where we still have food. Like the Vegemite will take forever and a day, and the coffee. So this is how I'm able to stretch out our budget, plan and shop, get the food we need for right now, get some stockpile things, and also feed my family very well for less. Stay tuned in the next video where you can see the meals that we do create and how it all comes together. Bye!